Got a guy on your list and you have not shopped for him yet, I'm going to introduce you to another guy, and I think between the two of us, we're going to show you why this is an exceptional gift. First and foremost, most important thing I can tell you about this ladder is that it's Little Giant, an American company that created the multi-purpose ladder. This one configuration that's small enough to fit in the trunk of your car is actually 24 different ladders in one, and every one of those 24 applications will keep him safer than what most ladders can do. How about painting one stairwell during the winter months? This is Mel Huffaker. Welcome back. How are you, sir?
Man, good to be with you.
Mel is soon about to go back to Utah and spend time with your family. Do you remember those kids?
Yeah.
You haven't seen them in a while.
I haven't seen them in a while. I have to introduce myself.
So he's got one more airing here at QVC after this, and then we're not going to be able to ship these. It is a bigger product. It takes a little more to ship it. We've reduced the shipping and handling by a good $10. And by the way, the price that we have it at, good luck finding it anywhere in America for the same price that we have it at. So let's talk about Little Giant, what it is, how it works, and why it does become a great gift.
Well, the reason why is guys are really tough to buy for. And it's not because we don't know what we want.
Yeah.
It's because we don't communicate very well. If you can find if you can find something that actually helps you get your jobs done easier, simpler, that's what we want.
And safer.
And safer.
Yep.
And this one gives you a 4, 5, 6, 7 foot high step ladder. But it does something that very few ladders in the world can do, and this is it right here. Anytime the ground isn't perfectly flat.
And the ground isn't ever perfectly flat.
Especially outside, but there's some situations inside the house too. Ramps, sloping ground, and the big one, Dan, staircases. You literally take it right up the stairs with you as you go. Now, the one that I use the most, and this is really unusual for a ladder, a normal step ladder, as you start climbing up, because it's ramped this way, you get further away from the job.
So if you want to wash a window, if it was something as simple as putting the star on the top of the tree, it becomes more difficult with a regular traditional ladder.
This one, we drop down to a 90-degree angle. You come up on this side, you're right next to the walls and windows, you get next to the tree, whatever you need to, but you can do it safely.
Right.
Now, when you need to go up a little bit higher, take the ladder, just rotate this around, telescope it up to the height that you need. Gives you 7 different extension ladder heights, but you'll notice something very unusual with just Little Giant ladders. We flare them at the top and bottom, but we also use rubber feet, and I know that sounds like a small thing.
You're the only ladder company in the world that uses rubber feet.
We do. The reason why, it's a little more expensive, but we found a long time ago that rubber grips, plastic slips, and when you're at that kind of height, the last thing you want this ladder doing is slipping out on you.
The last time I was on a Little Giant ladder was yesterday evening at 7 o'clock, finishing up my Christmas lights. Little Giant makes a ladder that keeps you safer. And by the way, we've had 400,000 Little Giant customers here at QVC. That is an amazing number when you consider we've got to ship it. Our price on this ladder, again, if you can find it at this same price, even with our shipping and handling, anywhere else, buy it there. But I don't think you can. And come with me, because I'll show you something else. It's not enough to just have the safest ladder. It's about having the accessories that make it even better. So here at QVC, you get the wheel kit already installed by the factory.
Already.
I like that. And then this is ingenious. It's called the air deck. When you're at the top of a ladder, wouldn't it be nice to have a place to hold your hands? That's what the air deck will do. It's also a place to hold your tools. And these accessories are a la carte when you buy the Little Giant anywhere else. This is the most popular size Little Giant ladder in the world.
And not only that, but I'm going to show you something about this ladder that's literally going to cut the work time in half. And I know that sounds strange, but we're going to cut the ladder in half. The inside section comes all the way out, has its own rubber feet on the bottom there.
I know where you're headed.
Turn this one around. In less than 10 seconds, you now have 2 1,000-pound capacity trestles.
So we could put a 2x12 here, or they make available for somebody who's a professional contractor or does a lot of work, something called a pick.
And frankly, a 2x12 wooden plank works just fine.
Yep.
I can set it at any height. There's adjustable ability in 1 foot increments. So instead of moving a ladder every couple of feet, you're just so much easier to, to walk
So if you're
back and
painting
forth.
and then you could just move
Yep.
and move, and you can raise this to any one of these heights. So it may be something as simple as changing a light bulb. It may be something as complex as a big remodeling project this coming winter. That basement that you've always wanted done, or painting even one room. This is a ladder that you'll have for years. I should know this, Mel. I know that you've been with the folks at Little Giant now for well over 15 years.
Yes.
How long have you been with us?
Oh, it's been quite a while, at least 8.
At least 8. I bought my original Little Giant when Mel first came here. I have 2 that I work with. This exact ladder is one of them. I have a taller one that I use in the hayloft in my barn. But it's all about being safer, and it's about being able to do that job without getting hurt. That accessory is the smartest thing I've ever seen.
And the reason why this is worth its weight in gold, we've all been on ladders that are like this. You start climbing up, you get above here and you start working on, and the thing starts shaking back and forth.
Your heart pops right out of your... And by the way, this little shelf was all that the old ladders used to have. You know, these old ladders have a nostalgia sense to them, but there's no reason to climb them. By the way,
in the industry, they're known as the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
This right here, I want to show you something because it's the only of its kind. How many ladders do you know when you get up to the top and you start working above your head, you get that sense of vertigo, that you actually have something to hold on to? That right there makes all the difference in the world. And not only do I have something to hold on to, I now have a place to put all of my tools, equipment, paint, decorations right on top here. So much safer and so much easier.
Now, you'll also notice we're both on the ladder at the same time. Not most ladders are built for 2 people to be able to work. So imagine you'll cut your workload now. It doesn't actually cut it in half, it cuts it by 2/3. But you rate this ladder for how much weight on each side?
It's 250 on each side. We actually test it for 4 times that, so 1,000 pounds on each side. Not that you're going to put that kind of weight on, but isn't it nice to know that it'll hold it?
Mel has one more airing between now and Christmas that we are already aware of, and then that's it. You can go to a box store and find this same ladder. It's the most popular ladder in America. But can you find it at the same price? And the answer is, I'll bet you my own lunch money that you can't. Because we have consistently had a phenomenal price. Look at this.
This is the claim to fame of the Little Giant right here. If you've ever had to work in a staircase, in fact, Dan, there are people that have lights out in their staircase that have been out for years because they just don't have any other way to change it. This puts a ladder in a staircase, safe as a normal step ladder, but again, you have something to hold on to when you're up here, so it makes it so much safer. This is really the gift of safety this year. This ladder lasts a lifetime. It has a lifetime warranty, top to bottom. So a gift of a son-in-law or a new home gift, it's just perfect for that.
And the company's based in Utah. They set out to make the best ladder in the world, and they did. We're going to go off and say hello to Susan, who lives in Washington State. Susan, good morning. How are you? Susan, are you with us?
I am.
Hi,
Susan.
How are you?
I'm just fine.
Susan, do you already own a Little Giant ladder, or are you picking one up?
Yes, I bought it from QVC a couple of years ago.
Oh, good.
And what do you find yourself using it for?
I actually use it for everything. I'm 71 years old.
Great.
I have arthritis of my hands, and I find it easy to roll, and I find it easy to use. I use it for interior painting, and yesterday I used it to finish up my lights outside.
Good.
Good. Glad to hear it's getting some use.
Yeah, and it's one of those pieces of equipment that I didn't realize how ingenious it was because I had ladders in the garage. And after having this, realizing that the old wooden ones were just downright dangerous, and you were asking for trouble, and it probably made putting up your holiday lights quite a bit simpler, didn't it?
Yeah, and I get a kick out of the fact that they always talk about here's a man's gift, but guess what? I'm a woman, and I would not have any other ladder.
Absolutely.
And Susan, I don't mean to be sexist. Sometimes I just say stupid stuff.
That's okay.
But
That's all right.
everybody today wants to be more independent, guys and women alike. And so many things that we used to have to wait on maybe a younger member of the family to come do or a neighbor to help out, now we can do by ourselves, but we do it safely. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
It allows me to be very independent.
Susan, do you feel really solid on this ladder? Is it as safe as we say?
That's the main reason why I got it, because it's the only ladder I feel safe on, even at this age and even when I was younger.
Part of that, Susan, most ladder companies pop rivet their rungs onto their ladders. And pop rivets over time will loosen up and they start to shimmy a little bit. And it's that little bit of shimmy that'll make the heart pop right out of your chest. These are welded into place. They are permanently locked in. And by the way, they're even fatter on their tread than what they used to be. So you get more stability. You feel better on the ladder when you're working. Good, we're pleased that you're pleased. Susan, it's got a lifetime warranty. You'll have many, many more years of being self-independent because this is sitting in the garage.
I've been enjoying my ladder a lot. Yeah,
Good.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it.
Happy holiday to both of you.
You too.
To you as well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
You're going to get the air deck, the wheels that she was talking about. Susan was talking about how she just wheels it. The whole unit only weighs 35 pounds. But having the wheels means you don't even have to pick it up. You just drag it and the wheels will do it for you.
You know, the nice thing about this ladder is it's so simple to operate. Sometimes people think it's very complicated, but there's only two things that make the entire system work.
Yep.
The hinges, I just push those in. They stay open actually until I'm getting ready to open it up.
Listen.
And as soon as it gets to the position, it locks by itself.
Boom.
Now, the only other thing you have to do is you pull these out on the side. Now watch this, Dan. One finger I'm going to push right here, and as I push, gravity takes the side down. Wherever I want to lock it in, I have the choice, 1 foot increments. This happens to be the highest point. You'll hear it lock in. One finger back, lock these in. That's how simple it is. If I want to be on a staircase, just drop it down a little bit more. You make it whatever height you want. You customize this ladder to fit. And I'm telling you, this Christmas, give the gift of safety.
Reduce shipping and handling. Who else is going to give you 6 months to pay for it? And starting off with a price that is as reasonable as ours is. There's a reason why 400,000 QVC customers have been Little Giant ladders here on the air. Mel has one more airing, right?
That's it.
And then we're sending you back to Utah. Hug your kids. Tell your wife we said hello. You're a good man. Merry
Thanks,
Christmas,
Dan.
buddy.
Appreciate it.
Carolyn is standing by. We've got just a few more moments, and we're going to wrap up the show.